My name is Erica Mendelson. I am the Social Work Director of SNUG Street Outreach, an innovative, evidence-based program that works to prevent gun violence across the state. To mark Gun Violence Awareness Month, my colleagues and I are pleased to share how SNUG fits into New York State's many efforts to combat the public health crisis that is gun violence. The social work and case management component of SNUG is the result of an innovative partnership between the Division of Criminal Justice Services and the Office of Victim Services. Through this initiative, SNUG Street Outreach teams, once primarily focused on meeting conflicts and preventing violence, are now providing trauma-informed therapeutic services in 11 cities across the state. The SNUG Social Work and Case Management Program reflects our state's commitment to address and heal trauma that affects victims, families, and communities impacted by gun violence. Now, I'll turn it over to members of our SNUG Social Work and Case Management team to share the unique needs of gun violence victims and what we are doing to support these victims, their families, and communities.
My name is Samaria Gray. I'm a social worker with Poughkeepsie SNUG, and I'd like to share something from one of my SNUG participants. My brother was my first fan, even when my music wasn't great. I was young and timid and looked up to my brother and his friends. They were the cool big bros. While everyone was hanging out, listening to music, my brother called me out and said, "Sheemy, rap something to them." I was mad at the time because he put me on the spot, but he did that because he was proud of me. He saw something in me that no one else could see. He saw in me things I had to learn to see in myself. When my brother was murdered, I felt thunder in my heart, but I realize now his influence on me is forever, his legacy is forever, and although he is no longer here, his love is forever. This young man did not realize the fear he left and felt for his life and those around him was a result of the trauma he had experienced when his brother died. During counseling, I had to denormalize things that he has known his entire life. The need to carry a weapon at all times was a result of him not feeling safe in his home or on the street. He didn't have a safe space to heal. In order for trauma to be healed, it must be heard. I was able to help him understand his grief and symptoms of trauma. And although the work we're doing is lifelong, he is more equipped to cope with his past and move forward.
My name is Nicole Hendren. I'm the case manager with Albany 518 SNUG. A 16-year-old participant had been shot 3 times and survived. I asked him to share his experience. Getting shot, it changed my life. I used to worry about what Jordans I was going to match with a new outfit, or if the girls in school were going to follow me back on Instagram. Since being shot, my worries weren't so innocent. Now I worry about if I'm going to get hit with a stray bullet walking my little brother to the corner store. I worry if it will be the last time I leave my house. Will I be the reason my mother's heart breaks for good? I cry in my sleep. I'm not the same. In the aftermath of his shooting, I helped him and his family with the Office of Victim Services application for financial assistance, which allowed them to move from Albany to a quiet suburban neighborhood. As it approaches a year since being shot, the SNUG participant has graduated high school, will begin his freshman year of college, and start the next chapter of his life with a clean slate.
I am DeSam Brown, the social worker with the Hempstead SNUG site. I'd like to share something from the mother of a victim of gun violence. No mother should have to watch her son go through this. That bullet wasn't even for him. He's a senior in high school, and now instead of walking across the stage for graduation, he has spent this time trying to learn how to walk again. I'm his mom. I'm supposed to protect him. His life will never be the same, and neither will mine or his sister's. I connected with this mom just hours after her son was shot. She was worried for the safety of her family. She was worried for her son's health, and she was also worried about how she could continue to provide for him. During this time, I focused on helping her identify and normalize her feelings and fears, process the trauma she had experienced, and even work through the guilt she felt as a mother. I assisted her with tangible things to help her feel safer and better provide for her family. Fortunately, her son was able to graduate high school and is working towards a full recovery. We still work together closely, especially as new needs arise because of the pandemic.
My name is Tyrone Mitchell. I am a case manager at Mount Vernon SNUG. I work with a young man who was stabbed and shot while walking home from Mount Vernon High School. I recently asked him to reflect on his experience. He told me this: "This incident let me know that I am not invincible. I am now aware of my mortality and want to live in search of peace and not violence. After this incident, I provided him with moral support and concrete case management services, such as employment resources, safe housing, and emergency financial assistance. With the support of SNUG, he has separated himself from his former gang and continues to work on reforming his lifestyle. When he told me his goal was to start a basketball program, I helped him make it a reality. Today, he uses his basketball program to teach valuable life lessons to the youth in his community.
My name is Greg Sears. I'm a social worker with Albany SNUG. The impact of gun violence on the communities has turned into a mental and spiritual crisis. The impact of gun violence has affected all aspects of communities. Mothers are afraid to allow their children to play outside. Young Black males are constantly living with a sense of fear and in a state of hypervigilance. Living in this survival state means that they are constantly ready to protect themselves, which fuels and perpetuates violence. The SNUG social work teams respond to each shooting in their communities, reaching out to victims and the families as they manage the most difficult days of their lives, often adjusting to this life-changing injury or beginning the grieving process. Each client and family we work with has unique needs, but everyone is processing overwhelming feelings and adjusting to a new normal. The SNUG social work and case management program works to address the underlying trauma and pain that fuels the perpetuation of community violence. Together, we seek to heal our participants and their communities, creating environments where all residents not just live, but thrive.